Why is it important for English learners to talk every day? And how can teachers engage these students in academic conversations? In order for English learners to be college ready, these students must go beyond fluency in everyday English. They must become fluent in academic English. They must become fluent in academic English as listeners, readers, speakers, and writers. We know it takes students 4 to 7 years to become fluent in academic language. So the sooner they start, the better. I recommend teachers start in pre-kindergarten. And for students who are past pre-kindergarten, I recommend that teachers start tomorrow. Isabel Beck says that if English learners can understand the concept and say it in their own language, they're probably ready to learn it in their second language. All language is learned in context, so competence in academic language cannot be accomplished without ongoing exposure to and practice with the vocabulary and the structures that characterize the language of school. While teachers can and should model academic language functions, such as seeking information, comparing, problem solving, and evaluating, that is not enough. It is critical for teachers to plan so that students use academic language daily. It should not be assumed that being able to understand academic language as input is equal to being able to produce it, whether orally or in writing. And oral use of academic language is also important as a rehearsal for the production of written language. Furthermore, since all language is learned in context, teachers need to model and engage students in classroom conversations, not in some generic way, but in the context of specific content areas. Research in today's classrooms shows that English learners can do it. So how do teachers make this happen? At the IFL, we call the routine of engaging students in academic English using accountable talk. I will show you a very short video clip of a teacher in the very beginning stages of enacting a classroom conversation using accountable talk with grade 3 English learners at the very beginning level. They will be discussing The Wolf's Chicken Stew by Keiko Casa, a story about a wolf who wants to fatten a chicken for his dinner, but ends up becoming Uncle Wolf to the chicken's 100 little chicks. The teacher is using an interactive read-aloud approach. We join the conversation as the teacher asks the students to consider the wolf scheme, which is an academic function the students are learning. So how does the teacher help the students to talk? Listen carefully to both the teachers and the students' talk. And many thanks to the teacher who's sharing her first attempt at using accountable talk routine. We'll come back.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what he's up to. He had another idea. If there were just some way to fatten this bird a little more, to fatten it, to make it fatter, he thought there could be all the more stew for me. So the wolf didn't grab the chicken right away, did he?
No.
What's he up to? Don't answer. I want you to talk to your partner and tell your partner, what do you think he's planning?
Like a trap for the chicken. So then the chicken's gonna eat, the food the wolf's gonna let.
Now, what do you think? What your partner said about why the wolf didn't grab the chicken right away? Mario?
Because it's the fair that the chicken will come, the wolf, the fair, the more is the wolf will stop eating. Mario, what Because what your partner say that because the wolf can eat in a whole week. And Mario and say I agree with you because he said he only thinks of food, and that's why he said he didn't grab her away because she wasn't fat.
Yeah,
She wasn't fat enough?
Yeah, but even though he was right. He wants it fatter because the fatter, the better.
Does anyone else have another idea of why he let her grab? That's a really good one. That's a very interesting one. We'll see if that's happening. Cesar.
My partner said that she didn't got her because he didn't got her because he always was thinking in food, and he wanted to make her fatter so that he can eat more.
So she can be bigger?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Jessica?
I think that I agree with him because the wolf he likes chicken and he likes chicken
Stew?
and that's why I think that that's gonna happen, that he's gonna give him food to the chicken. Yeah, cause it said that the chicken's not fat enough.
The teacher, as you could see, planned carefully so that students could engage in an academic classroom conversation. She made very sure that the talk was grounded in very clear, coherent learning intentions and linked to reading comprehension standards. In this case, key ideas and details of the text. The text the students were talking about had grist. It was meaty enough and interesting and with open-ended material that made it worth discussing. Also, the teacher chose something important to talk about: a wolf scheming to fatten up a chicken for his stew. And very importantly, the task was rich and coherent so that students could engage and talk and argue over by using a set of open-ended questions to elicit language from students to discuss that text. During the conversation, the teacher made sure that everyone could hear and understand. She made sure that everyone participated by asking all the students to turn and talk and by providing ample wait time before and after questions, thus giving students time to gather their thoughts and then speak. Wait time is a critical step in creating good classroom conversation for English learners. The talk was building toward deeper understanding of key concepts of the story. As a knowledge-generating enterprise, she asked the students to justify their thinking of why the wolf did not grab the chicken. Justifying is a vital part of building academic language. I hope you're encouraged to help English learners engage in meaningful academic conversations. Research shows that English learners benefit from well-planned accountable talk conversations because they can help build academic language. Give it a try.